Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild walkthrough. So we are still here in KAKARIKO Village, and I'm going to show off a couple of places. When you get to a new town, you really should explore, start new quests. I think I've mentioned this before, but you'll just want to go around, see what's there. Most of these towns will have this goddess Hyla statue somewhere in them, usually in the major towns. You're not going to find them in the little tiny settlements. So it's really useful because it means you don't have to go all the way back to the Temple of Time to get a heart container. And in this case, I'm going to spend my 4 spirit orbs on a heart container instead of stamina. If you get 2 stamina vessels, that's pretty much all that you need to climb anywhere that you're going to need to climb in the game. But you can also get away with just about 1 stamina vessel, especially since we have the climber's bandana. I'm also going to run on over to this shop and show off the stealth Sheikah armor here. Now this armor is definitely worth buying if you want to do a lot of hunting and a lot of sneaking up on things to collect, like lizards, frogs, fireflies, and all that, because it means you don't have to sneak, you can just walk normally. If you run in those, you will still be detected, but you can just walk like I am right now, and you won't have to crouch and move really slowly. Also, there's a lot of sizzling going on in the background. I'm cooking something today. It's normal to make that noise, I just didn't expect it to do that right now, so anyway, sorry if you hear that. Anyway, we're going to be heading on over to the goal, which is hidden mementos, or locked memories, or whatever quest it is, but I think in this video we're doing a shrine. It's either a shrine or that tower. I'm pretty sure we're going to that tower. So we're gonna teleport to this shrine first, and if whichever this is, it'll be in the title, whichever I'm doing. You can just kind of skip ahead if you want to get quick to how to complete the tower or shrine, whichever it is that I'm doing here, just so you don't have to watch me getting there. So I'm going to take my horse, and I did mention that I don't use the horses too much, but I'm going to try to use them a little bit more in the walkthrough, because obviously this is supposed to be kind of an easy kind of walkthrough. Also, I think I just remembered we are definitely doing a shrine in this video, so that's good. There's also a lot of dormant guardians in this field here, and you'll want to remember this field for later in the game. But what I'm doing is bypassing them, which kind of ends up hurting me a little bit later. But if you have the time, come here and run around all these dormant guardians that you see laying around here. Pick up everything that you can from them. You're going to want to get at least 3 ancient screws and at least 3 ancient shafts, although I don't think they have shafts very often. We're going to use those to upgrade our Sheikah slate along with 3 ancient cores, but the ancient cores you're only going to find really in shrines that we're going to be doing later. You can also get them from killing guardians, but we're not going to be doing that quite yet, because if you screw up when you're killing a guardian this early in the game, you die in 1 hit, and you may not have like the rupees or the arrows to kind of, you may not have the rupees to buy the arrows that you're going to use, and you may not even have a bow that's strong enough to kill one in a reasonable time fashion. So anyway, look at that tower in the background. That's the direction you want to head to, and then you'll see this castle gate here. There really is nothing dangerous on the way, thankfully. None of these guardians are alive. They are all dead, and we'll want to walk up in here. Now, I did mention in the previous video I'd try not to talk to people that I meet on the road, because they might be members of the Yiga tribe, and I don't really want to kill them yet. But this guy is safe. He just kind of tells us what's going on. This is Fort HATENO. It was here since before the Great Calamity, and was kind of just destroyed and all that. So you can come around here, and this is kind of a cool place to get off your horse, wander around, try to catch some fireflies, kill some chews. You'll notice there's a cooking pot right here, so that's pretty useful, and you're going to want to come here and actually make it nighttime, because the shrine that we're going to be doing will be nighttime. Now, funnily enough, the shrine in this video was one that I had not done for many hours on my first playthrough, because I had no idea how to do it. And this will be the first introduction to shrine quests. Also, bees are asleep at night, so you can walk right up and collect their beehives to get their honey if you want to. That's pretty nice. In the daytime, you can knock it down, but they might chase you and do a couple of damage to you. It's kind of like flashbacks of trying to catch a bee in Animal Crossing. Whenever you shake a tree down and the beehive falls out, and then you get swarmed. Yeah, those are fun days. So anyway, here is Dr. Calip, and he's going to tell you about this shrine, and this will be, as I said, one of the first shrine quests that we'll be doing. Shrine quests are basically riddles and puzzles that tell you where to go or how to make a shrine show up. And solving those riddles obviously will give you a free shrine, and more shrines are always better because it means another spirit orb, another point of travel, and it's just kind of fun to do. It's kind of amazing how well that they've managed to hide over 100 and I think I looked it up the other day. There's like 109 or something. I don't remember, but there's over 100 shrines in this game. It's kind of a ridiculous amount, and they've managed to hide them all pretty well. Some of them are blazingly obvious, but a lot of them you're really going to have to rely either on your sensor or look up a guide somewhere to find every single one. Now, this walkthrough will not include every single shrine, but that's okay. So anyway, he gave us the quest. It's the cursed statue, and I noticed there's some fireflies, which I'm going to try to catch, because you're going to want them a little bit later for upgrading armors. However, even though I was sneaking, this stupid chew came out of nowhere. So I did get some chew jelly, but then he scared away some fireflies. Now, if you buy that sneak chic armor, you don't have to crouch like this. You can just walk normally and walk straight up to people, or straight up to these fireflies and collect them. So unfortunately, I was only able to get about 2. I was hoping I'd get a little bit more than that. Tried to get that guy, and then he just jumped away. Noticed some apples on the tree here, and I thought I'd try to collect a few. And you can just climb up, get some, because apples are pretty decent early game food. You can knock the tree down with an axe or a bomb if you want to get most of the apples. Then, of course, pick up any mushrooms that you find. I think I run around here just to check. There's, funnily enough, there's like a, there's that wall over there to the left that I didn't blow up because I didn't notice it until now. And then there's also a door. There's like an iron door you can pick up with the Magnesis rune, and you can move it around. And I'm not sure what that's for. I don't know if it's for anything, but it is there, so who knows? I should probably go look it up. This is a walkthrough. I'm supposed to know these things. Anyway, so the Bokoblin arm will be a drop from Bokoblins. We've already seen those before. So anyway, now I will finally be heading back to the actual shrine direction. So I thought, maybe I should run there. No, I think I should go back and get my horse. I probably could have cut this out. So the puzzle was that you need to wait for a statue to see a dark light, and then you pierce its gaze. What that means is you need to find the statue at nighttime and shoot it with an arrow. And I had a hard time finding these stupid statues. You might think it's pretty obvious because it is really right off the path here. It is literally right to the left up here. But it took me forever to actually find it. In fact, I had to look up, somewhere else. I had to look up a guide on how to get this place. Because on my other file, I did every shrine quest except this last one. And I did every other shrine quest without looking up a guide. This was just the only one that I had to look it up because I had no idea where the statues were. But anyway, it's here. It's just through this tree grove, and you'll see a ton of them. So as long as you're here at night, you'll also see this glowing mushroom, which is a silent shroom, I think? Yeah, silent shroom. So you can use those to make yourself silent if you don't want to buy the armor, but I don't really recommend wasting those on that, because again, they will be used for upgrading armor later, which we'll get to once we get some more rupees. So anyway, more Bokoblins, skeletal Bokoblins came up, so they're pretty good. Broke my bat, got a Bokoblin arm. I may have mentioned this before or not, but the Bokoblin arms, they do quite a bit of damage early on in the game, but they break in like 4 hits. So anyway, here's the statue with the glowing eyes. Just shoot it with an arrow. Remember, you can go to Beetle at the what is that? The horse place? I forgot what it's called. Anyway, that horse stall that we were at earlier in this video. You can go to Beetle there and buy some arrows if you don't have any. Also, you can go try to find some Archer Bokoblins and kill them, and they generally drop around 5 arrows if you don't have any rupees to buy some. So you only need 1, and the shrine will show up. So that's the cursed statue complete. Pretty good. And then this shrine will open up once you activate the opening with your Sheikah Slate, and then we can walk on in. So this is the Kam Urog Shrine, I think. Is that the right name? Yeah, okay, the Kam Urog Shrine. And you'll notice kind of this big gearworks that really reminds me of that Clockwork World in Super Mario 64. But Unfortunately, they haven't really released anything quite that cool since that game. I mean, there's been a lot of really cool things in Nintendo games since then, just nothing as fun as that clockwork place. I don't really know why. Maybe it was just the shock of getting into that area as a kid in 64 when, you know, you're finally at the third Bowser. Anyway, that's the wrong game. So for this shrine, there's a couple of these spiky balls, and you'll want to remove them out of the way with magnesis, just kind of get them out of the room here. The big one's really the worst worry. You don't really have to get rid of the little ones, but I didn't want to leave anything to possible chance or screwing me up, so I decided just to get rid of all of them. Then you're going to want to activate your the time stop or whatever. Stasis is what it's called, I believe, and you're going to want to use that on the gears when they get in the correct position. So first, before we do that, we'll want to get on top of this gear that I'm staring at right now, and we can jump to get a chest to the right there. I believe there's an opal in that chest. And I had to make a little video cut there because I messed it up earlier. So anyway, skipped past that, and here's the free opal. Okay. So now we'll want to get the chest that is moving right there that we can see on the right side of the screen. Just wait until it's a little bit lower beneath us so that way we can actually jump on it on a mildly level surface. And the item inside of that will be a warrior's spear, I think. I know it's a spear that does 7 damage. I forgot what it was called though. The spear is going to be extremely helpful for the next couple of videos, so be sure to get it or just have a spear anyway. So spears are really some of the best weapons in this game. So there's a soldier spear, but I have the stupid Boko arm, and like I said, those things break in like 2 hits, which I picked it up because it's always good to fill up your weapon inventory. That's always better than having spaces open. But anyway, just drop the ones you don't need, then pick up the useful ones, and then we'll want to come here and wait for stasis to wear off, finally, and then we'll just have to wait for this very slow clockwork mechanism to move its way all the way around, and then you'll notice that gear that is vertical on the left side there. You'll want to jump on those gears to get to the top, and then we'll want to do some more stasis once we line up a stairway. You'll see that in a few minutes, but it is going to take, or I guess a couple of seconds actually, it shouldn't take a few minutes. But you'll see that in a little bit. I'm going to stop narrating here because the rest is pretty straightforward, and that'll be it for this video, and we will continue on in the next part of this Breath of the Wild walkthrough.